Let's look at the levels of management. Look, every manager is responsible for the successful completion of a particular task, okay? And so that he is able to fulfill that task, he is assigned a certain amount of authority. Now, some are assigned more authority, some are assigned less authority. So, let us look. First is the top level. Who are the top level managers? They are like the CEO of the company, the CFO, Chief Finance Officer, okay? The president, the vice president, chairman, all these people constitute the top level of management. What is their work? What do they actually do? They integrate all the elements of an organization, okay, and they coordinate between all the different departments of an organization according to the overall objective of the organization, so that the overall objective is fulfilled, it's attained. They are responsible for the welfare and for the survival of the organization. They analyze the external business environment. They form the overall organizational goals and the strategies as to how will we achieve those goals. They are responsible for all the activities of the business and its effect on the society. Their work is complex, is stressful, it demands long hours and commitment, okay? So you understood what's top level management. Now middle level management. Look, all the department heads constitute the middle level management, like the production head, the sales head, the purchase department head, the finance manager, that's the finance department's head, okay? They all constitute the middle level of management, all the departments head. What are they? They are the link between the top level of management and the lower level of management. What is their work? Their work is to, interpret all the plans and strategies that are formed by the top level of management and communicate them to the operational level of management. How do they do it? They ensure that they have the necessary men for doing the work. They assign them the duty and responsibility. They motivate them and they cooperate with other departments for the successful attainment of the overall organizational objective. So they are responsible for all the activities of the first line managers. They are the first line managers, operational level, okay? Now operational level is also known as supervisory level, and the manager of operational level is known as foreman or supervisor. Now look, the managers of operational level are the one who are actually in direct contact with the workforce. So they interact with the workforce and they pass the instructions of the middle management to the actual workforce, and through the efforts of the operational level managers, the quality of the product is maintained, wastage is minimized, safety is maintained, and quality of workmanship is maintained. Now functions of management. See, from that time we've been talking about the functions. So the first function being planning, then organizing, then staffing, then directing, then controlling, and again this circle just keeps on going, okay? So what is planning? Planning, it's deciding in advance that what we have to do, how we have to do, who is to do it. It's setting goals and setting means to achieve those goals effectively and efficiently, okay? Look, planning cannot prevent problems, okay? Plan, if we plan, it's not like the problems won't happen, but we can predict the problems and we can create plans so that we can overcome the problems, okay? Now what is organizing? Organizing, it's about your, allocating men and resources for this for implementation of the plan that we have created in the last level. So it's assigning duties to people, it's grouping tasks, it's establishing authority, it's allocating resources, it's making departments, it's about giving them responsibility and accountability to do a task. Then staffing, it's completely with selection of employees, okay? When we hire men and women, okay, so when we find the right people to do the right job with the right qualification at the right place at the right time, that is staffing, okay? It's also known as human resource function because it's all related to the human resource management. So staffing consists of recruitment, selection, and training of employees. The next is directing. After we have selected employees, we have to motivate them, lead them, influence them, and communicate with them properly so that the atmosphere is of motivation, okay? It's like establishing such kind of atmosphere where the employee, they want to work, okay? Like they don't feel lazy, they don't brat about work, and they have to maintain leadership, okay? In directing, leadership does not mean you tell someone, oh, you do this, you do that. It's influencing the other person to do what we want them to do. Like if we want them to produce that much, it's like inculcating in them the feeling to produce that much, okay? That's the good example of a good leadership. And communicating properly what they have to do, supervising their task, and in directing we have to praise if they're doing something good and criticize if they're not doing something up to the mark, so that the employees can bring the best within themselves. And controlling, it's not like literally controlling the activities of the employee, it's just managing their performance, okay, monitoring their performance, okay, whether they are working for attainment of the organizational objective or not. So we have to check the standard performance means the performance that should have been there and the actual performance that's there. And if there's any difference in the standard performance and the actual performance, then we have to find what is the deviation, and then we have to take the corrective action so that the deviation is gone. Okay, now, well, okay, so we understood what is controlling. Now look, all these functions of management are interrelated. Like, you cannot exactly tell, okay, after planning we're organizing, after organizing we're staffing, directing, and all these goes on simultaneously, and at one point you'll not be able to tell whether the managers are planning, controlling, organizing, or staffing, because just everything goes on like the way it was going. Okay, now coordination is the essence of management. It's not a function, mind you, it's the essence, it's the main thing that needs to be there while we are managing. It's the force that binds all the other functions of management. So all, like, let it be planning, organizing, staffing, directing, or controlling, it binds everything together so that everything is done in proper order and all the functions are fulfilled collectively. Okay, it's synchronizing of different actions or efforts of various units of an organization. Look, everyone in the organization, they do different things. Now synchronizing them, making them work towards the attainment of common goal, that is coordination, that is done by coordination. Now its importance is that it achieves harmony among individuals towards the achievement of group goals. Okay, so unity of action is determined by coordination in an organization. Okay, minimum conflict arises if there is a proper coordination in an organization. Now let us look at the characteristics of coordination. First, it integrates group efforts. Okay, means, look, now there are many people who are doing the work, and so that they all work towards this attainment of the common goal in a proper manner, that is defined by coordination. If there's proper coordination, then all the group efforts will not go wasted, and the performance will be as it was planned, and everything will be to the best of the possibility. Okay, now it ensures unity of action so that everyone's working. But look, if the sales department all does not need so much more goods to sell, okay, the sales are not that much, but the production department has produced 1000 units, but the sales are not that much. So that was because there was no coordination between the production and the sales department. Now if there would be proper coordination between the production and the sales department, then they would produce according to the sales in the organization. Okay, so it ensures the unity of action of various departments. Now it's a continuous process, because we told coordination is in all the functions, like the lab planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. So it's continuous, it's not like once we coordinate and oh my god, our work is done. Okay, that's an all pervasive function, means it's present at all the levels of management. Okay, every department has to coordinate with every other department, let there be production, purchase, sales, finance, every department. Okay, and if there will be no coordination between them, the work will overlap and chaos will be created, there will be no harmony in the organization. Okay, it's the responsibility of all the managers, let that be the top class managers, the middle level managers, or the operational level managers. Top class managers, they have to do coordination to see that, yeah, the overall objective is fulfilled. Middle level managers, they have to coordinate with both the top level managers and the operational level managers. Operational level managers, they have to coordinate with the workers so that work is done according to the plans. The management, it's a deliberate function. Okay, coordination, not like you can force somebody, oh, you coordinate with him or her. No, it has to come by their own willingness. Okay, now when a work we do it voluntarily by our own wish, that's called cooperation. Okay, means we are cooperating with one another. Okay, so now coordination has to exist along with cooperation. Look, if coordination is there but cooperation is not there, then all the employees will be so dissatisfied because they'll not do it from their will. Okay, but if coordination is not there and cooperation is there, then all the efforts will go wasted, because they are cooperating, but somewhere if they're not able to coordinate, then they'll not be able to achieve whatever they are willing to achieve. Now, importance of coordination. Okay, what is the importance of coordination? Look, there's so very different departments, there are different individuals in an organization, they are all interdependent on one another. Nobody is completely independent and whatever they do they'll get benefit. No, the organization will get benefit if everyone works together in harmony for the attainment of the common objective. Okay, so managers, they have to reconcile the differences in approach, timing, efforts, and interest so that they can harmonize the efforts of every individual towards the attainment of the common objective. Now, what is the first importance of coordination? It's growth in size. Look, when an organization was small, maybe that much of coordination was not needed. When the size of the organization grew, many different people joined who have different work experience, different backgrounds, different culture, different history. Okay, and now they all need to work towards the common objective. Okay, now if coordination will not be there between them, then their efforts will go wasted. Okay, for organization's efficiency, we need to harmonize the organization in such a manner that individual goals and organizational goals both are achieved through proper coordination in the organization. The functional differentiation. Look, there are so many departments in an organization, that there be production department, purchase department, sales department. If everyone just works in their own manner, in their own style of management, and there's no coordination between the two departments, then they'll not be able to achieve the organizational goals. Okay, conflicts may arise between departments if the departments work in isolation, and each department, they work after all for achieving the organizational goal. So we have to link various activities of all the departments through coordination, so that harmony is maintained. Now, specialization. Look, nowadays specialization is just a concept. Okay, means there's so many specialists that are appointed, and what these specialists, because they're specialists, so they think that only they are qualified, and nobody can advise them or suggest them anything. And so if an organization, they appoint 2 to 3 specialists, so they fight within each other, conflict arises, they're like, I am correct, no, I am correct. Okay, they fight within each other. So there needs to be a proper coordination between all the other specialists also, so that the organization goal is achieved. There needs to be proper coordination so that they can reconcile the differences in approach, interest, and opinions of the specialist, and they can work in harmony.